there, deep divers. Ever wonder how a country the size of New Jersey became like a global tech powerhouse?
Yeah.
Get ready, because we're diving into Startup Nation to uncover the secrets behind Israel's just incredible entrepreneurial spirit.
What's fascinating about this book is it digs deeper than just economic policies.
Right.
It uncovers like the cultural DNA, the historical influences,
Yeah,
and honestly, this almost like contrarian mindset that thrives on tackling challenges head on.
totally. Okay, so let's unpack that secret sauce.
Yeah.
Because trust me, it's not what you'd expect.
Right.
The book kicks off with this idea of chutzpah, and no, it's not a new hummus brand.
Okay.
Imagine a culture where questioning your boss isn't career suicide, but expected. That's chutzpah in action.
Yeah, it's that audacious, straight-talking approach that's like woven into the fabric of Israeli society. It's about pushing for better solutions no matter where you stand.
Right.
See this everywhere. Junior employees like fearlessly challenging CEOs,
Right.
even soldiers questioning generals.
Really? Yeah. That's interesting.
It's expected.
Huh. The book actually opens with this wild story about an Israeli cybersecurity firm called Fraud Sciences.
Right.
They were in talks to be acquired by PayPal.
Mm-hmm.
But get this. The CEO, fueled by a heavy dose of chutzpah, declined a $79 million offer.
That's right. They ended up negotiating a deal for $200 million.
What?
What's incredible is that even the junior members of the Fraud Sciences team weren't afraid to speak their minds,
Wow.
challenging seasoned PayPal executives with insightful questions.
Wow.
They knew their worth, and they weren't afraid to fight for it.
That's incredible. It really highlights how deeply ingrained this belief in their ideas and technology is within Israeli culture.
Yeah.
It's not just about making a quick buck. It's about aiming high and having the audacity to achieve it.
Absolutely.
And speaking of audacity, the book also dives into a somewhat surprising training ground for entrepreneurship. The IDF,
Okay.
the Israel Defense Force.
Right.
Now, before you think we're advocating everyone enlist in the army to become the next tech mogul, that's not the takeaway here.
No.
But what's fascinating is how serving in the IDF, which is mandatory for most Israelis,
Yeah.
cultivates a unique mindset.
Mm.
This comfort with chaos,
Right.
this adaptability,
Yeah.
and a constant drive to debrief, analyze, and improve.
It's like baked in.
Yeah, it's like the book says the IDF is designed to be deliberately understaffed at the top,
Yeah.
which forces young soldiers to take on massive responsibility way earlier than they would in other systems.
Right.
Imagine being a 23-year-old responsible for over 100 soldiers and complex military operations.
Yeah. Think about the skills honed under that kind of pressure.
Oh, yeah?
The decision-making, the leadership,
Yeah.
the ability to think on your feet and adapt to rapidly changing situations.
Yeah.
It's no wonder those experiences translate surprisingly well to the fast-paced, high-stakes world of startups.
Wow. So we've got chutzpah, this unique IDF influence.
Yeah?
But there's another layer to the story that's even more unexpected.
Okay.
Turning adversity into innovation.
Right.
It sounds counterintuitive. Yeah.
But when you think about it,
Sure.
it makes sense.
It does.
When you're constantly facing challenges,
Yeah.
complacency isn't an option.
Right.
You have to be resourceful,
Absolutely.
find ways to do more with less,
Right.
and be willing to turn those challenges into opportunity.
Exactly.
The book has this amazing example of an Israeli kibbutz,
Okay.
kibbutz Mashabe Sod.
Okay.
They figured out how to use water
Mm-hmm.
everyone else considered unusable to raise warm water fish
Really?
in the middle of the desert.
Wow.
It's like the ultimate when life gives you lemons story.
Wow. That's incredible. It perfectly embodies that
Right.
necessity is the mother of invention.
Yeah,
Spirit, but on a national scale.
totally.
And this innovative spirit is further fueled by another defining characteristic of Israel: immigration.
Right.
Wave after wave of immigrants from all over the globe have brought with them unique skills, diverse perspectives,
Yeah.
and a hunger to succeed,
Mm.
often born out of past struggles. It's like this incredible melting pot of cultures.
It is a melting pot.
But it's not just about diversity for diversity's sake.
Right.
It's about challenging the status quo,
Exactly.
bringing fresh perspectives,
Yeah.
and never being afraid to question traditional ways of doing things.
Mhm.
The book even mentions how Sergey Brin, the co-founder of Google, acknowledged this phenomenon.
Right.
He spoke about the pressure to excel, especially in academics,
Mhm.
often instilled in Jewish communities worldwide.
It's true. He was addressing Russian Jewish immigrant students in Israel.
Okay.
And when you combine this diverse influx of talent with Israel's deep emphasis on education, Remember, they have one of the highest concentrations of university graduates per capita.
Wow.
You create an incredibly fertile ground for disruptive ideas and out-of-the-box solutions.
It's like they've cracked the code on fostering a culture of innovation.
They really have.
We've got the chutzpah, the IDF,
Hmm.
influence the ability to turn adversity into advantage,
Right.
and this melting pot of cultures driving new ideas.
Yeah.
But Startup Nation highlights one more crucial piece of this puzzle,
Okay.
and that piece is
What's that?
the power of collective purpose.
Yeah, the power of collective purpose. There's this understanding in Israel that individual success is deeply intertwined with national resilience.
It really challenges that common perception of Israel as solely defined by conflict, doesn't it?
It does.
The book reveals a nation driven by a shared sense of purpose that extends beyond just defense.
And this shared purpose fosters an incredible amount of trust and confidence within the business community, both domestically and internationally.
Oh, that.
One of the best examples of this is the story of Warren Buffett's acquisition of Iskar,
Okay.
an Israeli metal tools company.
This Iskar acquisition is fascinating. Tell me more about the Buffett test.
So picture this. It's 2006, and the Lebanon war is in full swing. Missiles are literally raining down on Israel.
Oh, wow.
Most investors would be hitting the panic button, right?
Yeah.
But not Warren Buffett. When he called Iskar's CEO during the war, he was more concerned about the safety of the employees. Really? Than he was about potential financial losses.
Wow. Talk about a vote of confidence.
Right. And when Buffett was assured that production would continue despite the war, his response was classic. Go for it.
Wow.
This story perfectly encapsulates the Buffett test. This unwavering belief in Israeli companies,
Right.
their resilience and their ability to deliver even in the face of extreme uncertainty.
Yeah.
But this story, and Israel's success in general, begs the question, why haven't other nations in the region with similar resources been able to replicate it?
That's the million-dollar question. Does the book offer any insights?
It does. Startup Nation points out that one key difference is the lack of robust educational institutions in the region,
Okay.
as well as cultural barriers that sometimes hinder critical thinking and stifle innovation.
Right.
The book highlights, for instance, the stark difference in the number of patents registered by Arab nations compared to Israel. Yeah, it's a complex issue with historical and geopolitical layers, but this comparison underscores the importance of fostering environments where questioning, experimenting, and risk-taking are encouraged.
It really makes you think about the power of embracing those qualities, regardless of where you live or work.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I bet some of our listeners are thinking, this is all fascinating, but what does it actually mean for me? I'm not launching a startup in Tel Aviv anytime soon.
Right. That's a fair point. And here's the key takeaway. The factors that have fueled Israel's success, this embrace of risk-valuing diverse perspectives, fostering a questioning spirit, building strong communities, and promoting lifelong learning, those are not unique to Israel. They're universally applicable.
Exactly. This deep dive wasn't just about understanding a small nation on the other side of the world.
Right.
It was about gleaning insights that you, our listener, can apply to your own life, your own team, your own community.
Exactly. So if Israel, a nation built on overcoming adversity, can cultivate such a thriving startup ecosystem, imagine the potential you have to spark innovation in your own world.
It's really inspiring.
It is.
Yeah.
What if you brought a little more of that chutzpah to your work?
Yeah.
Or adopted the IDF's approach of constant debriefing and improvement?
I love that. It's about recognizing that the seeds of innovation and breakthrough success are planted everywhere. It's about cultivating the right conditions, the right mindset, and having the audacity to challenge the status quo.
I totally agree.
So, deep divers, as we wrap up this exploration of Startup Nation, we want to hear from you. What resonated most with you? What aha moments did you have?
And most importantly, what's one small way you can apply these insights, whether it's embracing that chutzpah, adopting that IDF debriefing culture, or anything else that resonated in your own life or work this week?
We want to hear all about it. Let us know and keep on diving deep.